Hi girls! Guess what today is? It's Media Monday! Yay, 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 yay. That's my echo. Okay, I'm going to read you a story today called Where in the World is Henry? By Lorna and Lecia Balian. And it looks like it's a goodie. You ready? Okay. Here we go. Where in the world is Henry? The little boy asked his mommy. I think he's under the quilt, said Mommy. He looks like he's getting ready to go night-night. He's been in the bathtub, got wet hair. Yeah, and he's looking for Henry. No telling where old Henry is. Where is the quilt? The quilt is on the bed. This is the quilt. Or bedspread, or coverlet. You can call it almost anything. But they think Henry might be underneath there. What do you think? Yeah, maybe. We're going to find out. Where is the bed? He asked his mommy. The bed is in the bedroom, his mommy said. See, there's the bed. And this is his bedroom. You think that might be Henry and they're just not looking good? I don't think so. He doesn't look like a Henry. He looks more like, well, what do you think his name would be? He reminds me of a bear I had when I was a little girl y'all's age. He kind of looks like him. That bear's name was Fozzie, and I loved him. Well, let's find out where Henry is. Now, I don't know if Henry's a bear. What is Henry? Who is Henry? Well, we'll find out. Where is the bedroom? The little boy asked his mommy. The bedroom is in the house. You know, like y'all's pretty pink bedroom, and with y'all's pretty beds in there. That's the bedroom. Mommy and Daddy's bedroom has the great big bed in there. Yeah, that's the bedroom. Look at the pretty tree outside on the brick. That's pretty. Isn't that pretty? Okay, let's see. We've got to look for Henry, though. Mommy, where is the house? The house is on the street. There's the street, and there's their little house. And there's the little boy and his mommy looking out the window. You think that might be Henry? That little girl walking that little dog? You think that little dog might be Henry? Nah, she wouldn't be walking Henry, would she? Well, let's find out what happens next. Where's the street, Mommy? The little boy asked. The street is in the town. You know, like our town is Palmetto. See the little town? Oh, there's a little church, and there's the warehouse, and there's some more houses, little coffee house. It's not a Starbucks, thank goodness. And little dress shops, and little stores, little bakeries, and things like that. And it's just really a pretty little town, and right smack in the middle of their little town is their little house with their pretty tree. Yeah. Okay, but they haven't seemed to have found Henry yet. Where is the town? The town is in the state. Wow, look at that. Oh my goodness, the state. Look at that. There's towns over there, and there's towns over there, and there's a farm right there, and another farm right there, and their little town is right here. Wow. Well, what is our little town called? Palmetto, that's right. What is our state called? Georgia, that's right, Georgia. Named after the King of England, King George of England. All right, you ready? Here we go. Where is the state? Oh my goodness, what does that look like to you guys? Huh? The state is in the country. Well, the town is in Palmetto. The state is Georgia. Right there. That's Georgia. And the country is the United States of America. All these 50 states, and a couple over here and one right up there, make up the United States of America. Home of the free. Yeah, but they're still looking for little Henry. You know what? I see their little house is in Illinois. Yeah, I think that's Illinois. I never was very good at geography, guys. Okay. Where is the country? The little boy asked. He is just full of questions, isn't he? The country is on the continent. The continent, now this is the United States right through here, all of this, and Canada is up here just over the horizon, and this is Mexico and Brazil, and this is Cuba, an island, but the continent is all of this land that is all hooked together, and the continent we live on, where our state of Georgia is, which is right there, is North America. And down here, below here, you can't see it, but that's South America. North America and South America. And the equator runs right through there. We'll talk about the equator later. Okay. This little boy is curious. Where is the continent, Mommy? Well, the continent is on the planet. Oh my goodness, there's their little house up there in Illinois, and all the planet. The whole planet. And what is the name of our planet? Do you know? Do you know? Earth. Earth is the name of our planet. And it has all the continents. And all of the continents, this is South America down here. And all of the continents are on our earth. And all the countries and the states and the towns and the homes and the little bedrooms are all on this little bitty planet called Earth. It's also called the blue marble because when the spacemen go to the moon or go up in space and they look back, they say it looks like a beautiful blue marble. I don't think we'll ever see it from that perspective, but I would like to one day. Okay, here we go. He's got more questions. Where is the planet? It's spinning around the universe. Here we go. That's the moon. That's our moon. Goes to our planet, and it rotates around our planet. And then here are some of the other planets. That's Saturn, because it has rings, and that's Jupiter. It's humongous. And that's probably Venus. Yeah. What is the universe, Mommy? The universe is all of everything. The universe is where all the planets and all the stars and the sun and the moon all live in the universe. And it's never ending. It's bigger than anything we can imagine. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Where all the stars live and the planets live. But, Mommy, where is Henry? I think, said Mommy, he's still under the quilt. They're in their little house talking about the big old universe and the planets and the stars. And they're still looking for old Henry. What do you think? You think Henry's under the quilt? I think he might be too. "Come out of there, Henry!" shouted the little boy. And while he looked under the quilt, Mommy was looking with him, trying to figure out if Henry's under that quilt. Do you think he is? I don't even know who Henry is or what Henry is. Uh-oh. Henry, you know you don't belong on the bed. Look at who Henry is. He's a big old lion. Do you think he's really a real lion? No, he's probably his toy lion. But in this little fella's eyes, he's a real lion because he's pretending. And Mom says, there he is under the quilt. That Henry. And look, next we see Henry. He's looking out the window at the moon and the stars out in the what? Universe. That's right. Well, that was a fun book. That Henry, I would have never guessed Henry was a lion. Would you have ever guessed that Henry was a lion? My goodness, that Henry, what a character. And he was out in the under the quilt the whole time, and we were everywhere searching for that Henry. We went to the continent, we went to the country, and we went to towns and farms, and even to the outer space, to the universe, and the planets, other planets, and the moon that for Earth, and the other planets that have moons. Jupiter has 8, I think. Yeah. And the sun is out in the universe. My goodness. That was a fun book. Because at the end, we had no clue who Henry was going to be. I sure didn't think he was a lion. And I didn't peek. So I found it out the same time you did. That Henry was a lion. And he was hiding on the bed under the quilt. And I don't blame him. I would have done that too. Because I would want to snuggle up with my friend too. Well, guess what's going on? Do you remember the other afternoon when Papa came by and he took you girls and Mommy for a ride in the Jeep and Mommy drove the Jeep? Well, guess what? There's a sheriff here and he's out there looking at the Jeep to make sure everything's good and we can get a tag for it so that we can come ride y'all some more on the Jeep. Maybe even go out on the road with it. Maybe not, but we'll see. But that's the next step in the saga of the Jeep. One of these days, I'm going to write a story about Papa's Jeep. Her name is Millie. And we're going to tell you about Millie and what she thinks about all this stuff that's been going on. We'll have a good time with that story. Nana used to make up a lot of stories when she was a little girl because she didn't have anybody to play with. I didn't have friends. We moved a lot when I was little. So I didn't have a whole lot of friends. And when I did have friends, they tended to be older than me. And they didn't want to play the type games I like to play, like make-believe, and hide and seek, and things like that. And my brothers, Uncle Buddy and Uncle Kenneth, they were much too young for me to really play with. So, yeah. So I made up games. I made up stories about little pine cones, and I'll tell you about that one day. And sticks and pine straw. I would build houses and forts out of them. I had a good time, even though I was all by myself. That's called imagination. And imagination is a wonderful thing. It can take you places that you might not normally be able to go. It can tell you stories that you never heard before because you haven't made them up yet. It can help you play and learn and enjoy it while you're doing it. I hear the Jeep going down the driveway. Papa's giving the sheriff a ride in the Jeep. How about that? Okay, y'all, I love you too more than anything in the world. I love you to the moon and back. You take care of Mom and Daddy and Nova. And be good girls. And I love you. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.